Hey guys, Christy here. Welcome back to Perceptions of the Dead. Time for the second story in Volume 1. Let's go. The Phantom Ice Cream Truck. Follow a denizen of the border between life and death as he answers a call to rescue a missing child. The Phantom
A glance
Ice
around reveals an empty street, and I take a moment of solitude to adjust my layers. It does little to stave off the biting wind. I clench and unclench my fingers with a deep-rooted ire. I am not being paid well enough for this shit. Then again, I never am. This was the second night since I had started this assignment. The couple had hired me to bring back their son. They hadn't been so comfortable with the way the official investigation was turning up so very little, and how much the media had begun to spin the tale into a ghost story.
Oh gosh, that is annoying. Why did they spell tail as in like a animal's tail? Is that just like a mistake, or is that
The Phantom Ice Cream Truck. What a mouthful. A messy case too. The police's initial involvement had been straightforward. The first child fell off the map like the earth had swallowed him whole. Right off the street, according to witnesses. No one saw
Oh gosh,
him.
that reminds me of
No
It.
witness heard anything either.
Not gonna do
No
any
familiar
spoilers.
eyes or people. No unfamiliar sounds. One moment he was in front of his parents' home, the next he was gone. Strange, but there could be plenty explanations for such an incident.
This was the
Very mundane.
No, not the ghost. The kid was a ghost the entire time. Woo.
Such explanations became more unlikely when every child in the neighborhood reported hearing ice cream truck music right around the time of the disappearance.
That's creepy.
Of course, without a single adult able to corroborate this mysterious music, the children's testimony was quickly dismissed.
Why are kids have the capacity to be so creepy?
Still creepy, right? And oh so mysterious.
Yeah.
Even more so when it happened again. Then a third time. It was the third parents who hired me.
Oh gosh.
I never really figured out how my clients find me. It's not like I list my number anywhere or advertise, but somehow word of mouth leads to my phone ringing, and a familiar phrase to indicate it's for business. Ya, Baton. I seek a pact with that which should not be. I know, it's a little tricky.
Interesting.
It's from a book I had read back in college.
Neat. What does it
A
mean?
friend came up with the joke as his invocation of my aid. He must have used it dozens of times when we were younger. Typically for a ride when he had been out drinking. I had become so used to it that when I first answered the phone and heard an unfamiliar voice say the phrase, I just kind of went with it.
Cool.
The next time it was the same, and then it became common.
That's so weird. Doesn't sound like he has an official business, but
Where
he
are
does
you?
his business.
We live in Westerfield, Maine. I know it's a long way from where I heard about you, but can you help us?
Will you pay the price?
We will pay
What is the
anything if you
price?
can bring back our son.
I feel like this
The
isn't
deal
money
is
we're
struck.
talking about.
And with that, I called in sick to work. Told them I had the flu and would need a few days off. I was given shit
Ooh.
about not getting my flu shot, but they didn't hassle me too much. That evening, I was on a plane.
Okay.
I arrived at the house at midnight. I did not knock. After all, it was important to keep up appearances. The window to the left was latched, but the right slid up easily. I found the boy's room first and gave it a once-over. Legos, Ben 10 toys, and Star Wars paraphernalia littered the floors and walls. A quick once-over revealed nothing useful though. I sat on the foot of the bed for almost 10 minutes before one of them stirred.
That's creepy.
Oh my god!
Normal reaction. I turn around slowly. I return for what has been lost. From you, I need two items. I need a photo and an article of clothing. Something fit this.
You're gonna sniff him out?
The woman stands up slowly, edging against the wall, then runs to the child's room. She returns with a dirty soccer jersey and a copy of a Lost flyer. The father remains paralyzed, his eyes locked with mine. Though likely, he is just staring into the shadow beneath my hood, hoping to see something there, something human. Likely questioning his decision to hire me.
How does he know it's
Can you
him?
really find him?
That's
I
scary.
take a long smell of the shirt,
Aw.
then discard it. I take a look at the photo. This time, I spend a lot longer examining it. I wasn't
He has
really some
little
blood
freckles.
hound, couldn't track my scent, but the photo helped a lot. Now I knew what he looked like.
Was this something just for appearances?
Yes. She begins to breathe heavily, and then cries. The husband just continues to stare aghast into the hood of my cloak. With that, I begin to walk out. Behind me, I hear the father speak.
What did we just send after our son?
That is creepy. What did you just send after
The
your
first night had been uneventful. I had turned over the results of the police investigation and found myself wanting. Wanting what? Oh, anything resembling a lead. Did these people get paid to do this shit? I certainly didn't buy the superstitious who were already spreading stories about the ghostly ice cream truck.
I don't
If a
know.
ghost were going to come back, it's very unlikely they would be scooting around in the ice cream truck.
I
Talking to
feel like
children
it's a
would have been
possibility.
painfully hard. My one fortune was that my attire left me more reminiscent of a Slender Man than a child molester. So the times I
Oh,
was chased away from children I tried to interview were not mistaken for solicitation.
I mean, I guess
I
that's
shuddered
good.
violently at the thought. The children provided my first real clue. They described a tune, one that sounded like the type and consistency that an ice cream truck might have. Not that ice cream trucks were common these days. I was a little surprised these kids even knew what one was.
Oh gosh, yeah. When I was a kid, there was this ice cream truck that would come around in like the summer in my neighborhood. And it was so fun to just get ice cream from it. I don't even know why, it's just the experience. And then it stopped and I was sad, and it's like never been around since. Actually, maybe it was once, like more recently. I don't remember. I feel like it was a while ago, but
Some were even able to hum and whistle the tune for me. I wasn't entirely sure how to run with this info. The relevance of a single song really didn't occur to me. A small piece of the rest of the day was spent feeding myself and taking a nap as inconspicuously as possible. I had no intention of allowing anyone to see me be anything other than the creepy supernatural paranormal investigator. It's how
that
I've
sounds
always
pretty
done
awesome,
things.
actually.
You'd be surprised how quickly you can build a rep with the right look and behavior. After the nap, it was back to beating the streets. And my current predicament. It was friggin' cold.
Why don't you bring
In the
more
near
layers?
distance, I watched a quartet of kids, roughly 14 or so, playing a ragged game of football.
But it's
They
like
seemed to be having a
nighttime.
great time, but even as far away as I am, their cheers and jeers rattle my nerves. For a moment, I wish they would be quiet. As though hearing my thoughts mid-run, they stop, on cue. They stand up straight and begin to draw heavy, ragged breaths.
Did they see him,
The girl
or
hugs the football to her chest as her eyes grow ever wider. I test reality for a moment. I wish I had a few thousand bitcoins. It occurs to me that I should have asked for something more easily checked. At the same time, it occurs to me that I didn't silence those kids.
what
I
is
bite
it?
my tongue, close my eyes, and bury the nail of my thumb into the palm of my hand. I dig in as hard as I can, drawing blood as my vision blares with the colors behind my eyelids. And then, I hear it. The song playing on a pair of shitty speakers. The kind you'd hear on top of an old-timey ice cream truck.
Yep. That's the exact song that played on the ice cream truck that used to come through my neighborhood.
My eyes flick open as I scan the horizon.
What's this power this guy
The
has?
truck passes
Whoa.
me, inches from clipping my shoulder, and heading straight towards the kids. No, you fucking don't! I break into a run, and despite the trivial speed of the truck, barely manage to keep up. As the truck closes on the kids, it slows to a stop, and I finally begin to close the gap.
Why not home, you kids? It's getting dark. This town isn't safe after dark.
Why would he be
Getting dark. What is he
shooing him
talking about?
away?
The sun set hours ago.
Is this like a
No sooner
ghost?
had the words crossed
Ghost
my mind than
dude.
it all went black. For a few moments, I thought I had been knocked unconscious. Then my eyes began to adjust. I make out the faintest impression of light.
Oh no. This isn't good. You kids better get in. I'll get you home safe.
No.
I watch helplessly
gosh.
moving through the dark like it was molasses. Shadows pass before the light as he ushers them into the truck. The truck lights blare into brilliance, and I hear the motor roar as the car begins to move forward at a pace more in keeping with the motor vehicle. I would lose it even if I were still able to move. No! No!
Oh gosh, that's creepy.
I let out a choked cry after them. Stop! Stop! Then I stop. The second cry had no depth to its volume. While the no had echoed normally down the empty street, the scream of stop had sounded like I screamed into the middle of a very crowded room.
But it's empty.
Slowly I reach behind me, laying hands on one of my pieces of emergency equipment. The kind of stuff you don't use when you want people to think you're some manner of elder whore. I slowly bring it around, just as I feel the breath on my neck. With a whip, I crack the flare. Seeing it burn red hot through my clenched eyes, and I hear the cacophony of screams. I open them. Thousands of twisted, naked heaps of malformed, demi-human flesh writhe in the agony of the light. And as I raise it above my head, the flare
Are
burns
those
away.
kids that are
The
dead
darkness washes away.
from
I
the
wheel around
ice
in
cream
place,
truck?
but find myself alone back in the street.
It's
In
daylight
the
again.
middle of the day, I drop the flare and try futilely to snuff it out with my boot. My little display has drawn an audience, and not so far down the street, I see my clients. Oh, fuck.
Oh gosh, that's... I like the writing in
So
this. This is
it's
creepy though.
ghosts.
I merely nod slowly.
It's actually
You can
ghosts.
still get him back?
I nod again.
How?
It's been over a week since you started searching. He hasn't eaten anything.
I still couldn't wrap my mind around how much time had passed in the darkness. He will be fine. Time does not pass normally where he is.
You know where he is?
I nod. I'm going there tonight to get him back.
Oh gosh, how are you
They
gonna
start
get back
calling.
out though?
I'm not really sure what to do at this point, so I stand there, awkwardly, hoping that my layers give me more of the appearance of stoicism than an awkward penguin. Apparently it works.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I leave the building as they both chant thank you, like it was some kind of prayer. It's not the first time I had heard that prayer. It's not the first time I had done this.
I like this story. Also the art's different from the last one, but
I'm
I
ready
like
this
it.
time as night falls. I withdraw a small shot and without hesitation jam it into my arm.
Of what?
I had a
Oh,
friend back home who kept one as a pet. Weird kid. Milks the things. Sells the venom, mostly to medical facilities.
for like
Occasionally, he sells
anti-venom,
it to
yeah.
me. My knees nearly buckle as the burning begins to creep through my arm. I stifle a scream. Then I hear it, and everything clicks.
Oh
I let
gosh,
out a long
okay.
sigh and stand up, adjusting my layers. I turn my eyes to fall upon the approaching truck.
Can you
My
like...
hand goes behind my back and my fingers close. I train the gun on the truck and unload a triad of shots into the ghost truck's engine. The engine sputters,
That actually
the grain burns,
worked?
melting away, and the music screams in protest.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, I want to
An
hear the
escapee
music
from an
dying.
Andy
Oh
Warhol
gosh.
painting stutters, stepping awkwardly from the vehicle.
It's getting dark. I have to protect the children.
Only one thing may not exist. You and that which you fear must cease to be.
But the children...
The
No.
darkness falls upon me. With such force, I stagger. I lose my grip and the gun disappears, searing into the shifting mass of flesh. My
Oh,
hand
God.
goes behind my back, and my grip closes around a rough-hewn blade, forged of obsidian and steel. And as I carve outwards, I hear the screams of all the lost children, unwilling to accept their fate, and swallowed by the darkness. Flesh tatters as I carve, burning away like paper, until finally, I lay into the man.
No, you don't understand. I was just trying to help.
The cacophony resounds as the children who lost themselves in the darkness.
Wait.
I bury the blade into his throat. The cacophony resounds
okay.
as the children who lost themselves in the darkness writhe, and I go about my work of freeing them all, just as I had freed this man.
Wait, you kill them to free that? What? I'm confused.
My
Stephanie.
baby. Oh, my baby.
How?
It's okay. Everyone's okay. No, not everyone. They're all dead. Everyone. Everyone died.
7
What?
kids
How did-
lost here. And I got back all of them. I wonder how many I actually freed. How many had he trapped in his nightmare?
Oh
And what the hell
gosh.
was he so afraid of in that darkness? And most importantly, why did he ultimately abandon them to it?
That's
I
scary.
don't know how
Oh,
to
gosh.
thank you. After a week of not hearing from you, I'd feared for the worst. A month after that, and I'd come to accept that it was over. I was ready to move on.
That's weird how time
His
moves in
eyes
that
fall to his
place.
wife, still babying the boy, who won't stop staring off into the distance.
Oh,
She
no.
had faith, though. She said that you were an angel, or maybe a demon. She didn't care. She believed in you. Some nights after she had said her Hail Marys, I would see her put her hands together, and I would hear her. She prayed to you.
I was almost flattered, but to tell the truth, the idea of someone believing so much in me, and praying to me, it was terrifying.
I want you to know, I'm willing to pay more than whatever your normal fee is. We've been living with a tight belt since I called you, and I won't lie and say I don't do well for myself. I have more than enough saved up to pay you anything we could ask. Or, if there's something else you want, there's nothing I can offer you that means more to me than my son.
I let out a long sigh. I reach up to my hood and pull it back. Both of them gasp, stepping back and then cocking eyebrows in unison, having perhaps expected something more. After having been gone for 2 months, I could really use a job.
Oh my gosh, true. I like its eyes. That was neat. Also nowhere near as long as the other one. Cool. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That one was a lot shorter than the last story. We have one more left. It's spooky, but also really cool. So I hope you guys had some fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye.